What's up, everybody? I just wanted to come and say a little bit about something that I've been thinking about recently. That is one thing that people could do to kind of, if you're on the path, you know what I mean, and you have children who exhibit abilities, tendencies, and understanding and knowledge and stuff like that. Like that's unheard of for even people your age. I was one of those kids. But if you have kids like that, this is one of the things that you can do to help, you know what I mean, bring their gifts online. And if they're already online, help keep them strong, right? Is you do not hinder their imagination, okay? Like, if they got imaginary friends, let them imaginary friends exist, right? And I'm going to explain to you why here in a second, right? Okay? Because a thing that you'll find among most creative people, because remember, the energy that drives everything is in and of itself creations, creativity, right? So to smash that in a child is you're already killing their inner God. You know what I mean? That's one of the things that's meant that was misunderstood by the Christian canon when they say, will a man rob God? It's really will a man rob goddess or God, because it's talking about that inner ability to understand and create, right? So when you dissect the word pretend and you really start to understand what it is, right, what it's saying, right, if something is pretended, right, it's pretend, or you are pretending, right, you are pre-planting, just like a gardener tends the garden, right, you're pretending. This is to say you're creating something in your mind, and remember that everything is mind. All is mind, and mind is all. So even if you're creating something just in your mind, you're creating things in your mind, places, people, ideas, and connections, the same way that the all does its thing, right? So to pretend is to create that world, that situation, that idea on the mental and spiritual plane, right? First and foremost, because that's where all creation takes place, right? Then when you intend something, okay, that's when you're feeling it, right? That's why when something is intense, they're always talking about how it feels, right? Pretense is the situation surrounding something, right? It's surrounding the intensity. Pretense is the reason that you are intense, right? So pretending gets you to intending, right? And when you're intending, you're essentially assigning a certain amount of will and spirit and willpower, and mental focus and spiritual focus behind an idea or understanding, right? Or an action for that matter, which gets me to my next, next step down, right? On the way to manifestation, you're talking about contending, right? And when you contend with something, what you're essentially doing is wrestling with the dark and light aspects of an idea or a situation before you actually bring it into existence. You're essentially struggling with it to bring it into light, is basically what that is. You know what I mean? So, because contending with something can mean to hold something physically or to struggle with something emotionally or mentally, right? Like that's what it is when you're a contender, or when something is contemplative, right? That's what this is. That's what that means. So it's a back and forth. Okay, so once you've achieved, one side or the other has gained its hold, right? You're going to want to hold that. And that's when you're attending to something, right? The same way a gardener, again, attends to his garden or attends to his garden, and a student attends class or attends class, right? That's why you have tendencies. These are things you do, right? This is a verb indicating action, right? Or action put with another aspect, okay? So you pretend as a kid, then you intend when you're a little bit older. You contend when you're a little older than that, and once you're a little older than that, you should be attending or tending to the garden, right? That it may grow more. You know what I mean? Because whether you're attending to the garden or you're attending class, both of these things are supposed to be indicating a desire and a direction spiritually and mentally towards the movement of the path of growth, right? Mental and spiritual growth when you're learning and gaining knowledge, and nourishment, physical and spiritual growth when you're growing food. Okay? So just remember, when you got that strong imagination, especially if you got a kid that's got a strong imagination, even if you yourself don't understand it, all you really need to understand is they might be way different than you think they are. You might still love them or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's besides the point. Like, they see things in a way that you aren't able to see anymore. So it's important to not squash that. That kid might help change the world, you know what I mean? Because it's already changing, and they're going to be the ones to help tend that Garden of Eden once it grows back up. All right, well, that's all I got to say for y'all today. I'll probably be back here in a little bit with a little something else I'm working on. I'm almost done with it. So, all right, see you guys later. Thank you. Remember, like, share, subscribe, and thank you for checking me out.